name is Marcus Sarofim, and I'll be teaching climate policy analysis this spring. My background in climate change dates back to my MIT PhD using integrated assessment models to analyze the relative costs and benefits of methane and carbon dioxide mitigation. I came to DC 10 years ago on a AAAS Science and Technology Policy Fellowship and stayed on at the EPA working at the intersection of climate science and policy since then. Climate policy analysis is a highly interdisciplinary subject, so we will be touching on a number of disciplines in this class. Economics will be used for the comparison of costs and benefits. So one classic economics problem is the comparison of a cap-and-trade policy to a carbon tax policy. Under simple assumptions, the two policies can be effectively identical, but add uncertainty and abatement costs, and the two policies begin to diverge in terms of what they look at. As science is required for calculating the impacts of climate change and the benefits of mitigating an additional ton, so the appropriate targets or prices can be determined. Politics is required when thinking of stakeholder trade-offs. In a cap-and-trade policy, while auctioning permits might be economically efficient, the ability to grant free permits to polluting industries can be useful to create coalitions to pass legislation. And speaking of legislation, the text of the law can be very important. For example, climate policy to date on the federal level has mostly been a result of Clean Air Act regulations that were stimulated by outside party lawsuits. Finally, ethics and justice play a role in thinking about distributional and intergenerational issues and the impacts on vulnerable populations. We will bring together these diverse topics, and by the end of the course, the goal is for everyone in the class to be able to speak and write about the pros and cons of different climate policies and to identify the key quantitative and regulatory analyses required for supporting a decision maker in crafting an efficient, effective climate regulation. I look forward to teaching you in the spring.